Welcome to the younger you. Losing weight is not my thing. Do you often say this to yourself or your friends? But deep down, do you feel let down by yourself? We are too scared of stepping outside our comfort zones. I hear you, I know it myself. So today on the show, we're talking about the medically supervised weight loss program called HCG. Let me introduce you to David Goldman, the owner of Bluegrass Medical Aesthetics, and registered nurse practitioner Jasmine Wheeler. How are you both?
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about HCG to begin with. How did it come about and what does HCG stand for?
HCG is human chorionic gonadotropin, so it is a hormone that helps with appetite suppressant. So we've used that in our weight loss program to help you be able to lose the weight that you need to.
Okay, David, why did you feel that this was an important part of your practice?
So many times our patients come in and they're struggling with their different goals, whether they want to lose weight or they want to gain muscle, whatever that may be. And working with Jasmine, she and I both really found that this has been a great program that our patients have been able to utilize and get great results with.
When you say great results, people want to know, what is the average weight loss that you would expect to see? Let's start with women and then I'll ask you about men, David.
Yes, with women, they can expect to lose between 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds per day.
That's a serious amount. Why would that be different from men?
Men just do a lot better because of hormones in general. They're in so many different directions with hormones for females. Jasmine's found that men typically lose, I would say, about 30 pounds in a month's time. So
Wow.
sometimes it is even more. We've had patients lose up to 40 pounds in a month. But Jasmine has seen a larger result with men.
There are a lot of weight loss programs out there, let's be honest about that. But this is medically supervised, this is accountability. Talk me through the typical process of that program.
So they actually come in and they talk to one of my weight loss specialists and they basically consult. They see what their goals are, what troubles they've had in the past with losing weight. And then once that's complete, that's when they come to me. I look at their medical background, make sure that they are indicated for the program, and then we start the program where they come in and they see me weekly, and then we go over any issues that they're having and their progress as well.
David, how long is the first, jaunt of the HCG program?
They actually are on medication with Jasmine for 30 days. And when they come in, they're going to spend about an hour with us where we get their medical history and we really do a detailed scope of what their goals are. Then I think it's that time with Jasmine weekly where they're able to really see the progress, because sometimes questions come up and they ask, how come I did better the week before, or maybe I did better this week? And that's where Jasmine has that time to actually explain to them why they're getting the results they are.
After 30 days, then what? You let them loose? I'm 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah,
I'm going to run away.
Right.
So how does that all work?
No, my main goal for everyone is for them to be able to keep the weight off. So I actually keep them coming in every week to see me, and we actually transition them into like a healthy lifestyle, something that they can take home with them even after me.
When you say healthy lifestyle, you mean you're still talking to them, you're still having that ongoing consultation, but it's all about the food. And we all know, David, when you're doing workouts and you drop that 30 pounds, life is so much better. Let's talk about, where you're at mentally after you drop that weight.
Well, I think it's exciting because everybody notices. Everybody asks, what are you doing? And then your calories change. So Jasmine really works the patients into the different lifestyle. And when they're taking in those calories, they're still doing accountability for themselves and with Jasmine. So it gives them the opportunity to really kind of transition, as we call it, into a little bit less aggressive diet. So many of our social activities are surrounded by food.
I know, and I know what it's like when you drop a few pounds, when people say, hey, you've lost a couple of pounds, Troy, you're looking amazing. I know what's that like, I get it. Is this what you hear from the patients?
Yeah, that's exactly what I hear. Most of my patients have tried everything under the sun to try to keep this off. So when they're able to keep it off, you can see that even their mood, everything has changed with them.
What happens when you don't follow the ingredients that you tell them to eat? It does something to the pill, correct?
It does. Everything on there has been researched and proven not to block HCG. Hormones are very sensitive. So if you were to go outside of that food plan, it could block that medication for up to 3 days.
So then what do you do?
Then I think you get back on track because people do make mistakes in it. And that's when they come to Jasmine. For example, if you were eating rotisserie chicken with oil infused, but you thought you were following the ingredients, that could block the medication. So Jasmine's had to explain those types of situations to the patients.
And it's called a reboot.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
You get to load again, people. You'll understand when you start the program. We appreciate everything you've been talking to us about.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, after the break, we get to meet our two patients, Wanda and Dean, and watch their journey on the HCG program. Welcome back to The Younger You. It's time to meet Wanda and Dean as they start their medically supervised HCG program.
I approximately weighed 160 pounds before going through the change of life. I had more energy. I felt better about exercising. Then after doing that, I gained the weight, and that's why I've decided to do the program. When I started going through menopause, I was very tired. It took a lot of energy out of me, and I didn't want to exercise. I was always very active, exercising 3 to 5 days a week. And it just drained me. It done everything in me to work all day and come home.
I quit smoking. I'm about 8 years quit now, haven't touched one since. After the smoking, my taste buds just came awake, and I really liked food. Everything that wasn't good for me, anything fried was my friend, and I would eat a lot.
I see a 52-year-old woman that is worn out and is overweight. I wasn't like this before then. I want more out of life. I wanted to know what happened.
When I'd go in the bathroom and look in the mirror, I hated what I saw. I mean, I looked and I was like, man, how did I get this big? How did I gain this much weight? What did I do to allow this? And it's taken that time to stop and say, something's got to change. And I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I looked in the bathroom. I'd get clothes on, I'd go back in and look at the mirror, it didn't change.
I decided it was time to break the cycle when I would stand at work in a one work area for 8 hours, sometimes 10 hours a day, and my knees and feet would kill me of a night. And it was from the extra weight that I was carrying, and I realized that. And I want to change my lifestyle so that I can feel healthy again.
So HCG is a hormone that we use. We use it because it's a great appetite suppressant, and it also makes the body believe you're still taking in the same calorie count. So even though you're dipping down to low calorie, you're not going into that starvation mode.
My biggest fear about being obese is health problems, not being able to enjoy the time with my grandchildren, but mainly all the health issues that come with it. I would like to lose at least 25 pounds. I have every intentions of reaching that goal, or as close as I can to it.
With the injections, they go into your belly. It's a very small needle, goes into the fatty portion. So you'll just take 2 fingers away from your belly button, go into that outer region, find a little pooch of fat, just pinch it up, clean it off with alcohol. You'll inject yourself by sticking the needle straight in, all the way in. Eject everything out of there, and then pull it straight out. If you don't have a way of disposing of the needles properly, you can bring them back up to us and we'll dispose of them for you.
Okay.
When they explained to me that I could lose weight without losing the muscle, losing fat, and she explained everything to me on what my options were and what the HCG could do for me, I mean, I got excited.
The way that the process works is that first you'll be going through the loading phase. You'll be eating and drinking to hold you over that first week.
Okay.
So this is your food list. So the first category is your proteins. This is the important one because this is your fuel. So
Okay.
you want to get this throughout the day, but especially first thing in the morning.
I'm lazy. I love the part of no working out. That's right up my alley. You know, it was great for me.
You'll see us once a week, every week for 8 weeks. You'll be on medication for 4 weeks though.
Okay.
You'll be counting your calories, so you'll have to keep like a tracker log of that. We've got tracker sheets in the back of your packet that you can use.
Okay.
Or you can use your own journal, or if you like apps on your phone, MyFitnessPal is one that a lot of people use.
Okay.
But be sure to bring that back into us every week, and that way we can look over it and we can make some changes here and there based on your needs.
I've got a grandson now, and I want to be here to see him grow. I want to be able to help him with sports, help him do things. I don't want to be running around or trying to run with him and losing my breath and not being able to keep up with him. I just got to be here for them.
We could do better for ourselves because it's not just about for me, it's for my family too. If I eat healthy, then maybe they'll eat healthier also.
Eating healthy is just a lifestyle change, and they teach you how to do that.
What I want to see in 60 days results is 25 pounds gone and a new lifestyle of being able to prepare my meals and what to eat to keep that weight gone.
I know it works, and I know I can do it, and I lose 35 more pounds, I'm where I want to be, and that's exactly my goal.
This is my chance, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it, and nothing's going to stop me.
When we come back, we're in the kitchen with Chef Babs explaining the types of food you will need to eat on this particular program, and I'm telling you, it looks amazing. For more information on The Younger You or to rewatch this episode and others, head over to theyoungeryou.tv. Welcome back to The Younger You. One of the most important things, what we have learnt when it comes to the medically supervised weight loss program, HCG, is it's all about the intake of food. I want to introduce you to a wonderful chef called Barbara. How are you, my darling?
Hello, it's wonderful to be here.
Thank you. So what I wanted to discuss with everyone at home, we've done 3 meals, a typical breakfast, lunch and dinner. Why is it so important that we can only use a certain amount of foods on this medically supervised program?
That's an extremely important question. If you don't eat the foods that are on the program simply won't work. But what's wonderful about the program is it spells it out for you in black and white what you can and what you can't eat.
Okay, and that's the important thing. We really want to stress that to everyone at home. It's not like we're making you eat 5 calories a day.
No.
It is a calorie controlled program as
Absolutely.
well. All right, so what are some of the foods that we can no longer eat for the 30 days?
You can cut out anything processed, any additives, any sugar, anything that you don't know what the ingredients are when you read the back of the label, just toss it out.
Yep. And one of the best things about this, everyone at home, is it comes with a list.
It really does.
Now,
it's that simple.
I have done this program and it works. What I do want to let everyone know at home is my food didn't look as good as this, and I failed because I lost interest.
And that is so much of it. You have to keep interest and you have to make it fun for yourself.
So let's go through it. Let's start off with a typical breakfast.
Okay. Well, I also did the HCG diet.
Yeah.
I lost about 40 pounds on it. And in the beginning, even as a chef, thank you. I was very excited about it. But even as a chef in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this list? The list is based into 3 categories.
Yep.
Protein, fruit, and vegetables.
Okay.
And you can see that's all we have here are proteins, fruits, and vegetables. You cannot have anything with oil in it. If you have anything with oil in it, it will block the HCG from working with your body. But once you get over that, it can be a lot of fun.
And once you educate yourself and learn about it, this is why we wanted to do this. So let's start off with what you were saying when it comes to the breakfast.
With the breakfast, today we made, it's an egg white crustless quiche, and it's got spinach, asparagus, a little bit of fennel, and then it's topped with some red onion. I've just taken basic ingredients and I've tried to really add color to everything.
Yeah.
Something about when food has color, it just makes it more fun to me as an eater to eat it. And when there's a variety of textures, I don't want everything to be soft. I want to crunch along with the soft.
Okay, now, these look scrumptious. They don't look as good as the ones I made, but you've made them quite small.
Yes,
Why
yes.
is that?
Because it's really important to eat all day throughout the HCG diet. What's wonderful about HCG is you're using your body's fat to give you energy. And if you stop eating, the diet stops working. You're starving yourself and you're going into hibernation mode.
Let's quickly jump over to lunch.
Yes, oh, lunch is delicious. It's one of my favorite meals. We have a lettuce wrap that's filled with steak, red onion, and some cucumber. And you can see behind it, I've got a little bit of red onion and cucumber, and I've been soaking that in vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of water. And that's one of my favorite things to just nosh on throughout the day and eat whenever I'm hungry. And it's great to put on everything. I've put it on the lettuce wrap so that it gives you a nice little crunch and a bite when you're eating it.
I like a crunch.
And me too. And I've added some dried cilantro to the lean beef as I cooked it. One thing you can't use on the HCG are fresh herbs, but you can use all the dry herbs that you want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, dry herbs, not fresh.
And those are 0 calories.
Speaking of dry herbs, we've got to make the rub for dinner. So let's get into that straight away.
So we have some delicious red pepper, some fresh dill, which always goes great with seafood. We've also got some cilantro. And one thing that drove me crazy about HCG was not being able to use garlic, but you can use garlic powder. It's fantastic. I've also got a little bit of a lemon pepper rub.
Okay.
We're going to mix that up. It's just that simple. And then we've got our shrimp. They're already wet, but I'm putting a little bit of lemon juice on them just to tenderize them a little bit more.
Oh, nice.
And that'll help so that they stick to the kebabs a little and the herbs a little bit better. So we're just going to toss those down in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give them just a little bit of
a
flip.
toss like this.
Now, one mistake a lot of people make when they're using kebabs is they don't soak their bamboo in water. If you don't soak the bamboo in water, it's going to burn. So that's when you see a lot of folks that it's just falling apart off the grill.
All right.
So we're going to
take that up.
Yeah, we're going to take these.
Yep.
Let's see, and if you could hand me those tomatoes right beside you. Oop.
Okay.
And it's just that simple. And what's great about the kebabs is you can eat these on the kebab, you can fix them as a snack, you can take them off the kebab and eat them on a salad.
So we just keep doing that backwards and forwards.
You just have fun with it. They don't have to be the same.
But when it's done, what do you do with
When
this?
it's done, I like to cook them. This is a leek leaf. Now, a leek is just a cousin of the onion. A lot of people don't know what leeks are, but since you can't use oil and I don't want this to stick to the tray, I'm just going to cook it in that leek leaf, and it's going to soak in all of those delicious leek flavors.
Brilliant. How long are you cooking that for?
Probably about 15 minutes, but if you've got a grill, throw it on the grill.
Oh my gosh.
Grilling season is the best season to start HCG because you don't need any oil.
You're brilliant. We appreciate it. Back after this short break, everyone, you're watching The Younger You. After this short break, we sit down and chat to Wanda and Dean to look at their results and see how they're feeling right now. Welcome back to The Younger You. As we walk through the medically supervised weight loss program called HCG, it's been interesting to see the process. But before we chat to Wanda and Dean, let's take a look at the before and after shots. So when you guys see those results, how do you both feel?
Wonderful.
Do you? A new
Yes.
person?
Yes.
Okay, Dean?
It feels great.
Alrighty, well I'm going to start with you, Dean, because you've done both of this program twice now.
Right.
And a total of how much?
42 pounds.
42 pounds. Madame,
I've done it once and I've lost 18.
do you feel a success?
Yes.
Good.
100%.
That's what I like to hear. Now, I've also done the program, Miss Jasmine, and I understand I was naughty and I kept breaking it because I liked the food. All right? How did you feel with the food?
It was an adjustment to get used to, but I still follow the part of the food program now.
Even now?
Yes.
Even
I weighed 2 pounds less than what I did on the final weigh-in.
Wow. Good for you.
Yes.
Well, we better document that. What about you, Dean? How did you feel about the food?
It was hard to get used to at first.
Yeah.
But once I got used to it, and Jasmine told me some things that I could do to spice it up a little bit. And if you look at the menus for HCG, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is I didn't look at the second page. I only looked at the first page. and that was my problem.
Yes.
I got a bit bored. But here's the thing, Jasmine, the food, it's food that you buy at the supermarket. We're not talking processed food here.
Right, exactly. It's all fresh foods.
Yeah, that's the important thing. When you were shopping, was there anything that was tempting you? That's where I was getting stuck. I was looking at things that I shouldn't have been eating.
I had to watch to make sure I didn't buy anything processed.
See?
Yes.
But did you feel when you say processed? So, like, one of the things that you can eat is chicken. You know, so I started sometimes buying the sliced chicken and not realizing, no,
Yes,
you can't
you
be
do.
eating that because you're best to cook it yourself.
Yes.
Did you introduce part of this into your family? Like when you were cooking for yourself, did you cook for them too?
Yes, my husband is on the track that I was on.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, we needed to document him as well. What about you, buddy?
Yeah, it's me and my wife both. She started going through it after I had such success on it.
Yeah.
She did the HCG also, so we followed through with it and keep going. And you just really learn what food's about.
Yeah. How did they go? You were supervising them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Talk
did.
to me a little bit about it.
They did very well. There was a couple hiccups.
Do you want to who? I want to know who.
With Dean.
Okay.
But you know, I mean, that's what I'm there for. That's
Yeah.
why they come see me weekly. You know, they come to me and they let me know how it went, and I'm able to get them right back on the bandwagon.
Wanda, I didn't think when I first met you, when we first did the interviews, and when you walked in on set today, I was blown away.
Thank you.
How do you feel knowing that you've dropped, well, let's just say now, over 20 pounds?
Yes, I feel like a
Because-
different person.
Do you?
Yes.
Why did you feel you needed to go onto it? Remind everyone.
I was going through the stage of menopause and
Yeah.
I was having trouble, and I was also having problems with my legs and feet where I stand daily for my job,
Yeah.
and I feel wonderful now.
Jasmine, that's very interesting that she was just talking about the menopause part.
Mm-hmm.
Does it differ when you're going through menopause on the HCG program? Is it tougher?
Greatly, it does. Menopause just slows everything down, and when everything slows down, you gain weight.
You girls, you go through it, huh?
Yes, we do.
Okay, what does your wife think of you with the weight loss?
She's happy because of my health.
Yeah.
It just changes your health so much.
Were there issues for you?
I've had issues with high cholesterol, borderline diabetic,
Yeah.
and blood pressure problems. Since losing the weight, I'm off the cholesterol medicine. I'm off the blood pressure pills. I mean, I feel just so much better.
Would you both recommend to anyone to do this program?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
if you
definitely.
Need to lose, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any advice to anyone out there who's considering doing this?
Go for it. Try it.
I like that.
If you're having a problem with getting started, this is the perfect spot to start it. And then once you lose that weight over that 30, 60 days, then you've got a jump start on it, and you really want to exercise
Yeah.
to keep it down and keep it coming off.
It's good teaching skills. Jasmine, I want to appreciate you for getting them through this. I know it's not always easy when we have people who might go this way a little bit. Because it does happen. It's every day. It's
Yes.
life.
Yes.
And you can't put yourself down about that, agree?
Right.
Thank you so much for sharing your journeys.
you.
We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
You've
you.
all done amazingly. Alrighty, everyone. Losing weight is not easy. It requires dedication and effort. We all know that. As the quote says, repeat your new and healthy habits day in and day out to attain success. For more information about the show, please visit our website at theyoungeryou.tv, and I'll see you next week. Next week on The Younger You, we're following Lynn and Brenda as they get total eye rejuvenation and a liquid facelift. See you next week.